Hello, I'm Rob, part of the clergy team at Portishead Church of England. Welcome to this week's thought. I wonder how you describe your spirituality or religious affiliation. Perhaps you'd say that you have none. Perhaps you describe yourself as spiritual but not religious. Perhaps you say the word Christian and are happy with that. Perhaps you say that you're a follower of Jesus. You may find that one of those words or phrases clicks with you and describes just where you feel you are. You may find yourself reacting against one of them. I think some of us find the word Christian hard. It has that sense of link to an institution, and we find the institution of the church hard. We're aware of the many things that the church has got wrong. But for some of us, describing ourselves as a follower of Jesus is equally problematic. Jesus can be quite a cringy name to talk about. We just don't like to. And that feels to me to be a huge shame when that's the case, when we don't like to use the word Jesus. I'm going to read a passage now. It's the passage set in the lectionary from for Thursday this week, and it's from Mark chapter 3, verses 7 to 14. Jesus departed with his disciples to the lake, and a great multitude from Galilee followed him. Hearing all that he was doing, they came to him in great numbers, from Judea, Jerusalem, Idumea, beyond the Jordan, and the region around Tyre and Sidon. He told his disciples to have a boat ready for him because of the crowd, so that they would not crush him, for he had cured many, so that all who had diseases pressed upon him to touch him. Whenever the unclean spirits saw him, they fell down before him and shouted, "You are the Son of God." But he sternly ordered them not to make him known. He went up the mountain and called to him those whom he wanted, and they came to him. And he appointed 12, whom he also named apostles, to be with him and to be sent out to proclaim the message. The thing that strikes me about that passage is the attraction of Jesus. All these people wanted to be with him, wanted to be near him, wanted to crush in and touch him, wanted to hear what he had to say. And I wonder where in the church we've got that wrong. Somehow now Jesus doesn't have that appeal, certainly not the Jesus that we seem to talk about a lot. We can so easily feel rather embarrassed about Jesus. What a shame. I remember a long time ago, before I became a vicar, when I was still in my former job, which was as a teacher, I was praying with the Bible, and I was praying with that passage where Jesus calls Matthew, the tax collector, and he calls him, and then Matthew calls all his friends together, other tax collectors and people who were unpopular, and with Jesus there they have a party. And I was praying about that, and I was thinking about my colleagues in teaching, and particularly I was thinking about how every day I would go and have lunch with a group of, it was mostly male colleagues, and we'd sit and we'd chat, we'd talk about what was going on, and talk about football or rugby league. One of my colleagues was very much into rugby league, and I remember thinking a lot of the time I just listened. I was still in my 20s and just was enjoying a bit of a break from work. But as I was praying about this passage, I imagined what it would be like if Jesus came to my work, turned up at the school where I taught, and what it would be like to take him along with me to lunch. And I just had this wonderful picture of Jesus sitting at this lunch table with this group of colleagues, very ordinary guys, and thinking, do you know, he'd be great fun. He'd be great company. He'd be interested in them. There'd be nothing embarrassing about having Jesus there at all. And that's a picture that has lived with me for a very long time. Thinking about Jesus enjoying and being enjoyed by ordinary people. And it's true, isn't it? I've tried to allow that picture to stay with me and to feed me all the years since. Thinking, how is it that we can live as though Jesus was somebody who just wanted to get to know the people that we hang around with, our family, our friends, people we spend time with, and what it would be like if we lived as people who weren't embarrassed or ashamed or afraid of being followers of Jesus. I wonder what it would be like for me. I wonder what it would be like for you to have that just wonderful, unapologetic sense of being a person of faith, a follower of Jesus.